Hello collective, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. So right now I'm on my lunch break, and since I am working remotely, I am taking it earlier than usual. So I wanted to see what messages you needed to know at this time. I wanted to be outside because one of the best places for me to be to ground myself is out here by the water where I usually go. So I want to see what messages you need to know for your highest good. For our highest good, I'm going to put myself in this because a girl needs some faith right now. I know I talk about, being optimistic and looking at the positive and not, focusing on the negative, but sometimes it gets to you. Yesterday wasn't the greatest day for me. It didn't end well, and but it's for the best. Everything happens for a reason. Even if it just does. So let's see what messages you need to know. We need to know as a collective, as a human collective. Let me adjust this a little bit. Maybe not too much. Okay. So, hi Fintube, how are you? I'm enjoying this weather. It was raining earlier, but that's okay. I hope your day is going well too. All right, so what does the collective need to know? I have my angels and ancestors deck. I really like this deck. What messages do we need to know? What does the collective need to know for the highest and greatest good? I'm gonna take. Which one do I want to take? This one. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. Sometimes you gotta make decisions. You have to trust yourself. If this kind of reminds me of the reading I did yesterday. It was like, yes, you are correct. It's like some of you already, you have to trust your instincts. And it's interesting that it says animal guardian. All animals, they have their instinct, the animal instinct, the thing that protects them, that sense of when, you know how animals are. I can't think right now. You know how animals are. They know when they can relax, they can put their guard down, and they know when to put their guard up. So, but some of you, if there's something that you're already having an inkling about, trust it. Trust your gut. Remember we talked about intuition? Your intuition doesn't make you feel a certain way. It just gives you information because you need to know it. It's like a fact. It's not going to incite an emotion out of you, And then we have hunter, track down your fears and your desires. So sometimes your fears and desires can influence your instinct in some way because, of course, instinctually, we want to protect ourselves from the things that we are afraid of, but also things that we perceive as threats, right? So trust your instincts. Some of you are going to have to be able to discern what is actually a threat, or is it one you created within your own mind? Anything else? It says dream and journey, drum. Okay, I'm gonna read from the book for some of these cards. And the bottom, shadowed skin, the snake. Remember I was talking about snakes? That snakes, they have to go through a shedding process. And remember I asked about if they do that on their own, like do they go somewhere private, because I was using that as a metaphor about when you're going through, you're shedding an old identity, you have to go somewhere, be alone. It's because you have to be, you're very vulnerable in that state. And so when I looked up the snake, how when they shed their skin, they have to go somewhere secluded, away from other animals, any threats. The fact I'm bringing this up, some of you already have an idea that you need to move away from something that could be a threat to you. you know. Maybe it's isolating yourself. This isolation is a protective measure, you know, regardless of how anybody else thinks about it, it's a protective measure. Like the snake has to find, like burrow into like an abandoned animal burrow or whatever. I was reading it. It was saying that they go to like secluded places, like abandoned places, so that they could shed their skin, because when they're shedding, they're not only shedding their skin, they're shedding even their eyes, the scales over their eyes. So that obscures their vision. It blurs their vision. You don't see things clearly. You don't see things correctly. And you're also vulnerable. You know, you're in a vulnerable state. Also, their skin is very delicate. You know, you think about, like, if they have that brand new snake skin, they just took that old layer off. It's very sensitive. It's very, you know, they have to be, I'm basically saying you have to protect yourself. Okay. All right, so let's see. I want to go into the drum card, because Hunter, track down your fears. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. That's self-explanatory. Shedding skin, self-explanatory. But the drum, I want to know what this card is for. So I believe it's one of the symbols. Dream and journey. Okay, it says journey inwards. Wow. There's a lot of people passing right now. And then there's the sirens too. One day I would love to be like like in a forest, like away from people, away from cars and shit. You just hear the animals, the birds, just hear the birds, hear the wind, be near water. Like lately, like people, I don't want to be around people. Okay. It says journey inwards to uncover insights and information that will be important for your path, then follow the guidance. So also, like, follow the beat of your own drum. This is about like being a leader in your own life. Remember, we talked about that a lot, being a leader. This drum is inspired by the sacred drum of the Sami, the indigenous peoples of northern Norway, Sweden, and Finland. In shamanic traditions in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. Let me read that again. It's used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to spiritual realms and meet their guides. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or to bring an inner vision into reality. See? I love how people like identify. Oh, too many. Where do you live, shapeshifter? Where do you live? Oh, well, not in this book. That would be the medicine guardian, but he didn't pull that card. And the extended message is you are very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surrounds you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination but guidance, particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true, know it and live it. Dream and journey. Journey inwards. That's the hermit journey. Remember the snake shedding its skin, needing to be somewhere secluded where it can protect itself. The hermit, it stays away from people, stays away from external influence, goes within, inner journey. Okay, I want to see what else comes out. I bring the divine The man in the bike with the music. You nodded at me. Like being outside is risky, you know? It's risky. You never know who may come, who may pass by, who may pass, what map, I can't talk. Over here. Yeah. Okay, let's see what divine animal oracle message we get. What messages collective need to know? It's about, like, what I'm getting is just like, this is, I love, you know, honestly, I do like doing love readings because that's fun. But I like doing this inner stuff, like going within and like fighting your own demons and learning about yourself and your strength. I love these types of readings. So sometimes we forget, you know, we forget. We live on autopilot and we don't realize it sometimes. And then sometimes when some sense gets knocked into you or reality, like, I don't know, something changes and then you start to be more aware that changes need to be made within you, because there's only so much we can do externally. But the thing is, when we're making some changes within ourselves and we are interacting with other people, we can inspire change in other people. So I know people have heard this quote, be the change. So if there's certain change you want to see, you have to become the change that you want to see. You have to be an embodiment of the change. And that applies to whatever changes we want to see within our own life, you know? So, what message? Divine Animals Oracle message. What's WWE? What's WWE? What is that? Tell me, shapeshifter. Okay. Red Fox strategy. The Red Fox. Let's see what this card is about. Number 3, strategy. Why are you so quiet, shapeshifter? What's WWE? Work through a strategy to get what you want. This is a time of transformation. So do not hide what you really are. Be a part of nature, not apart from it. Be patient, your opportunity will come. Oh, for real? Okay. I know what it is. I just wanted you to tell me. Because there's somebody I know who watches wrestling. That's why I'm like, are you him? Just wondering, you know, because some people like to come on like fake accounts and then pretend that they don't know me. You know, I don't know what's naughty. Getting you to tell me? So the Red Fox strategy, work through a strategy to get what you want. This is a time of transformation. So do not hide what you really are. Be a part of nature, not apart from nature. Be patient, your opportunity will come. See, I told you. Okay, it says the magic. If you need some prosperity in your life, or you are wishing for a more connected relationship to the world on any level, Inari Okami may be able to give you a strategy to assist. As the Inari and the Kitsune is a living tradition. You can use modern Shinto ways to honor them. And if you're lucky enough, you can visit one of the Kitsune temples in Japan. Fox magic is transformative, and foxes can help you find the best way to get through any puzzling or difficult situation. See? So you just gotta be very strategic. So the red fox shown here, the red fox, I guess, is in Japan and Nari are the spirits of prosperity and good harvest of rice, the making of sake, fertility, and the fox, while Kitsune fox is both messenger and avatar. That's interesting. I'll show you the card. So the red foxes are part of Japan's mythology, or do they have a mythology? I don't think they do. I think it's part of their religion. Okay. Oh gosh, why would they? I don't know about America. Well, what? There's an ant actually on my cards right now. It's confused. Look at it right there. I'm gonna fling it somewhere. It has that nice exoskeleton to protect it, you know. I'm laughing because there was one in my backpack, and then it was right there in my cards, and then one of them was, I don't know, probably biting my ass right now. Okay. So we got our angel and ancestors message. We got our divine spirits messages about being strategic, especially if there's something that requires you trusting your instincts, especially something that's tied to some sort of dream you want to make a reality. This is about being authentic, not hiding who you are. Also, not allowing your fears to inhibit you in any way. You know, block whatever good you want, or prevent you from being happy. You know, that's like the simplest thing. I know, like I always talk about happiness and joy and stuff, but that's like the hardest thing to do. But the thing is, when we go through the difficult times in our life, those times make us value, or teaches us to value the good times we have, you know? So you can't have sunshine without the rain, right? What else? Can't have pain without pleasure. What else? I can't think right now. Okay, see, I'm not sure about that, because in that book it didn't mention anything about mythology with regards to the fox, the red fox. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna go to the revealing the truth. Let's see. What truths do we need to know? What truths do we need revealed? It's nice out here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, remember, we do have the same sun, you know? You're just in a different part of the world. Oh. That's not why. That's so negative. The sun is gonna. Are you a vampire or something? Like You don't want to be in the sun. Are you gonna burst into flames? That's why you want it to rain? So you don't burst into flames? I'm not doing any readings. Sorry. Sorry, Dana. Okay, so what does the collective need to know? Revealing the Truth Oracle deck. What does the collective need to know? Okay, let's see. What does the collective need to know? Okay, we got immortality, resurrection, sublimation, piety, infinity. This is Scorpio energy. This is like death, rebirth. Phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, the cliche thing that they say about Scorpios. And I'm a Scorpio. So it does sound a bit cliche, you know. Living as a Scorpio is starting to feel like a cliche. But there's something. Let's see what this immortality is tied to. Immortality. Let's see, that card fell on its side. We got bonfire. Okay. It came out on the side, but it says safe haven, flame, home, sing and dance. To me, that's the comfort card. For me, that's like comfort zone, safe zone. Got talent, born with features, personality. This card want to come out. Electronicization or electronicization, oh, whatever. Data, backup, and digital. Okay, so let's see. Cool down. Okay. Calm, pause, solidification. You know what I'm getting from this is that something is stuck. This came out yesterday. Remember we were talking about the luck card? If you were here yesterday, the luck card got stuck in the deck and I had to pull it out, and then we saw that it was the luck card. So immortality, bonfire, okay, resurrection, sublimation, bonfire, safe haven, flame, home, sing and dance. So for me, like this card reminds me of comfort zone. You being in your own comfort zone, your environment, your home, because it does mention home. There could be certain changes that may be happening within your home. It could be in your body. Your vessel that contains your soul is your home as well. So there could be some sort of physical changes happening also within your environment, within your home itself. There may be certain changes happening, some sort of transition, some sort of ending with a new beginning. But there could be, it could be something inside your home that's blocking this resurrection, this transformation. You know, this talent card, I try not to read it as the card says, because it's easy to read it for what it is, talent. But I feel like it's beyond that. And that's why I really like this card so much, because it's like, how the fuck do I read it? You know? So, like, I would say you see the cards how they relate to you, but I'm going to read the cards how I see them. You know, this is how tarot and oracle works, you know, because I don't know everybody. I don't know your life story, you know. So the messages, the cards will resonate with you in different ways. I think that's an important fact that people need to know. So born with features, personality. Something could be stuck within that. Usually, organization data backup. Okay. So if you, I would suggest anybody entering this reading, look at the beginning, because I had some oracle cards, and one of them was fears and desires. Hunter, track down your fears and desires, trust your instincts. Okay. I had the cool down card. I don't know if there's something going, like something's dying down. Something is dying down. I don't know if it was like something, you know, like when you're making certain changes in your life, and then it's like you're in this weird period where it's kind of, it feels like limbo. And it kind of makes sense with the bonfire card being coming out on its side. It's reminding me of limbo. Something's in limbo. Like you don't really know what's next, but this is where you need to remain grounded. Now, the electronicization card, it could mean anything. It says data, backup, digital. This could be about digital communication. This could be about digital files. This could be about information, old information, new information coming in. That's supposed to, when I look at this card, because I know it says that, but you know, when I look at this, I see an angel. There's like a sense of freedom, liberation there. So when we go back to the Hunter card with track down your fears and trust your instincts, that's a natural talent that we all have as human beings, right? Those are things that we're born with. Our intuition we're born with, our survival instincts we're born with. Those are our natural human talents. Especially animals have it too, to survive whatever environment they're living in. But I feel like some of you are gonna have to really call on that, on those God-given talents that we have, part of our survival instincts, to guide you through whatever transition you may be going through, right? I remember last week we had the card with the mirror reference. So if you look at backup, usually backup files, old memories. Some of you are going to have to go back to some point as a frame of reference for yourself. Because there's something's like dying down in this, whatever transition this is for you in your life. And because the mystery card is at the bottom, right? Unknown, you don't know what's going to be on the other side. But the thing is like you can't get hyper focused on a certain outcome, right? Because it may not be the way you expect it to be. It may be totally different. So I feel like with this cool down card, this is a reminder to ground yourself, not get overly excited, overly committed to an outcome or attached to an outcome, because you really don't know what's going to be on the other side of that. Also, make sure you're having control over your emotions, especially the ones that are fiery, you know, anger, rage, a desire to destroy or end something, you know. But this is, some of you may be stopping yourself from ending something because you feel comfortable with where you are. You know, you're like, oh, I don't like where this is going. I don't know where I'm going. I think I like where I was. I think I want to stay where I was because... Hi, Mick. How are you? How you doing? Welcome back. Yes, never second guess your gut. Yeah. Let's see. Dog, cat, animal friends. Whenever I see this card, it literally says pet, but I don't think about this card in that way. I look at this card as like the loyalty card, because it's also about instincts. Remember I was talking about animal instincts? Trust your instincts or survival instincts. Animals have that. Just like allow yourself to go through that. Like some of you, you may like definitely have to revisit some past shit, because I see the basement card, and the basement card is like archives. To me, when I see this card, is the archive. This is about the past. You may be having to release something from the past, review something. Maybe it's something that you're gonna have to do over from the past. Maybe not do over. Like don't, because you got the divine intervention coming out. Serendipity, karma, catalyst. So like, I feel like what I'm getting is like, I feel like this is like some sort of transition you're going through. Some of you may be stalling it in some way because you're not sure of the unknown, but you have to trust that you have the instincts to allow yourself to get to the other side of the unknown. You have to trust yourself to know that you have everything you need within you to navigate you through what you may encounter along your personal journey. You know, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's experience is different. But ultimately, it's what shaped us, and it's what's allowed us to reach this point in our lives, you know, to survive whatever we have survived, you know. And some part, remember earlier in the reading, it says dream and journey. No, what was it? It was something about the Red Fox card. It was talking about being true to who you are. You be a part of nature, not apart from it. It's your nature, right? Some of you are probably this keeps coming out. Like it's like you're returning to who you are, the person you forgot you were. Like you're returning to who you are. They say that when we're born, that if we've lived past lives that we don't remember, and then throughout our life, we're conditioned by our families, we're conditioned by our schools, our religion, society, and then we lose sight of who we truly are. And we try to assimilate to what is expected of us because of our culture, because of society, because of religion, right? And some of you, it's like you're revisiting that part of yourself. It's like you're rediscovering that part of yourself in some way. Yeah, I think like some of you may have forgotten who you are, and now you're entering a phase of like, oh God, like should I show who I am? Like you already know who you are, but it's now like, are you going to reveal yourself, or are you going to hide yourself? Or are you going to continue hiding yourself? Maybe some of you have been playing a role, showing up as an avatar. That word avatar came up with the Red Fox card. Like, have you been showing up as an avatar and not your true self? That's something that you need to think about. But there's like something that is acting as a catalyst for you, and is making it I'm looking at this lady because today is Eid. So happy Eid to whoever, but I doubt there's any Muslims watching because haram. I'm haram, apparently. And I think she's dancing. I think she's filming herself and she's dancing in her... I don't know how that religion works, but are you supposed to be doing that? I don't know. As a Scorpio, I'm black and white, right? It's like if I'm going to do a religion, I'm going to do it to the core, you know? That's why I'm not religious. Because I'll be like orthodox to death. That's how I am. So she should know. I'm not judging. I like to dance too, you know? I know. That's why I couldn't be that. And I think that in religion itself, I think music is not acceptable. Shut up, shapeshifters. He's not judgy right now. I just got distracted, so just like letting it flow and everything. So, yeah. So I feel like some of you are returning to who you are, or you're now like, you're dropping the avatar and now being who you truly are. Like no longer hiding yourself, hiding your talents, hiding your skills, hiding like what your belief systems are. I have a bee around me. And yesterday the honeybee card came. That's not a honeybee though. I don't think so. The helicopter. Woo. Okay. So I feel like that's what that reading is. It's like you're getting to the other side of, like, if I show who I really am, instead of like I drop this act. And the thing is too, and this is the fucked up thing, is that when you really show up how you truly are, people are like, you changed. You know, you were fake, or you're fake. You're not who you know, like you're not, but you're like, no, we're all fake. If you think about it, when we're not being our true selves and we're only showing certain aspects of ourselves, we're not being real. We're not being authentic, you know? More, especially like I keep talking about like people pleasing and all that shit. Now this lady spinning around with the fucking camera. Like, bitch, I ain't trying to be in your little video, your dance video, okay? Mick, where are you from? I see a boomerang. Kangaroo, Australia? The pet card fell out. Some of you may have animals. Yay! Okay, I was right. Because I was looking at the emojis, they're so tiny from what I can see. And then I have these glasses on. Hi, Pedro. Nice. So in Australia, oh, Aboriginal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured that. Like my family, well, ancestrally, because we have Taino people from the Caribbean. So Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominican Republic. I think that would count Haiti too, también. But Española. Then with Taino Indians are because they have different like tribes and stuff, but the Tainos were part of the Caribbean. Hi, Vivisita. I hope you're having a good day too. Yeah, we do. My grandmother, oh my gosh, the way she cooked. She was an amazing cook. Her food was always delicious. I know when I was younger, I didn't really like it so much, but then as I got older and my palate became more refined, I was like, oh, this is good, you know? So, all right, let me see what else. So I read that. Let me see what else. It's funny that kind of dog I want it, but I'm like, I don't think so. Okay, let's see. It's funny. Well, there are people walking with their pets here, so the pet card came out. I think my sunglasses scared the dog. Or the dog is a bitch. Maybe, maybe because it's a female dog, you know. Let's see what else comes out. Card bottoms. Oh, gandules. Arroz con gandules. It's delicious. It's so good. Yeah. Shapeshifter, don't give too much importance to people like that. Wow. It's okay, Mamacita. But I know what you meant. I know what you mean too, shapeshifter. Oh, it's starting to drizzle again. Okay, so now that I have you here, I wanna ask you a question. Because now I have memberships, now I have super chats, thanks, all that stuff, right? But I wanted feedback about how, like, what I can do, like, what will make it worth it. Like, all right, what if you were to give a super chat, what would you give a super chat for? Like, I need to know, because I'm so glad I reached this level of achievement with my channel, right? But hi Vaishnavi. I'm happy to reach this level with my channel, right? But the thing is, I don't want to be like, oh, give me money, give me money, give me money. Because I know not everybody is in a good financial place, you know? But I like that it's available because I know people have mentioned in the past. But I'm just letting you know. Also, you can hype my videos. If you resonate with the readings at all, you can hype the video for me. A like means so much too. It helps my channel continue to grow. Oh, wow. Then you're gonna have to give me a lot. What is your currency? I forgot the currency for India. Rupees? Are they rupees? Oh, no, I could be totally wrong. I could probably getting this mixed up with Zelda game. And I don't remember. Oh. That's okay, Vaishnavi. It's good to see you here. Hey, Dana. Oh my God. Okay, thank you, Mick. Rupees, okay. Do you Oh my gosh, I don't know what that is. TT? Dude, I can't. I don't know what. Oh no. No. I have one, but I don't really go on it. And honestly, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. When I go on it, I want to get the hell off it. So if I don't even like being on it, why would I want to be on it? You know what I mean? There's like a different energy there, and I don't like it. I don't know. There's something about TT. Not TT. I don't know. I have Instagram too, but I don't know. Like, my Instagram, I don't have that many followers, but it's not like I'm asking for people to follow me, you know? It's like, I don't know. There's something about that app that I don't like. I don't like it. When I get on it and I see the like the types of videos I see, I'm like, oh, I know you could tailor it and stuff like that, but I ain't got time to be doing that. I don't, honestly, I'm not even on social media. This is the only social media that I engage in, you know? And yeah. Oh, for real? I like, because I remember all the stupid things that people were doing on that stupid trends, the trends that put people's lives in danger. And the thing is, it's like kids always do dumb things. And this has been going on before like Instagram came out, before Facebook. There was always like these little challenges that kids were doing that would always end up with them, you know, no longer being here. Like, so yeah, but here I have gifts too. I think thank you. I need to get them done. I'm gonna get them done. Let me see what time it is. Okay, because this is supposed to be my lunch break, you know, since I'm working remotely. Yeah, it's good that it got banned. I would love for it to get banned here. Honestly, I mean, because then I'll screw myself over with YouTube if this was to get banned. But I don't know. This seems to. I don't like that. They say that, but I think anything that we do, any platform we use, we're being spied on. Even us having smartphones. With a camera, anything with a camera. They said like the safest device anyone could ever have to maintain your privacy is a flip phone with no camera. A phone that you could only call. I know flip phones, you could text on flip phones if you have SMS. Sometimes I do, but I do like an all signs reading within one live stream, but those take about 2 hours. And that's something I think I'm gonna do one maybe tomorrow, because we're gonna have that full moon, the blue moon in Sagittarius, the full moon in Sagittarius. So, but I think about doing that, but the thing is, I don't know like what signs, and I'd like to be honest, I think if I was to do it, I tried it before, but they didn't get that many views. And to film, like, I used to pre-film readings, and those readings didn't get that many views. And so I stopped. I was like, let me go live, you know, let me start reading live. And I feel like it's worked out better for me, because I get to interact with you more, and then I get to the messages out there, and then people let me know if they resonate with them in real time. In a free film video, I wasn't getting that many views and not many subscribers, and that's why I was just doing collective readings, because it was anybody could watch it, you know. But to do like a signs reading, to do like a zodiac signs reading, I would do it like as a live stream. But I thought about, like, you know, Tyler's Tarot, he does the zodiac signs, but he does it live. He doesn't film videos. He does live streams. So I could pop on, do one sign, do the reading for it, be like 15-minute reading, then pop off, then come back on, do another sign. I could do something like that. But the thing is too, I mean, I could try that. But obviously, I'm gonna say it right now, I'm a Scorpio, so Scorpio will always be first. Except when I'm doing all signs, I'll follow the order of the zodiac. But if I do a live stream for the zodiac signs, Scorpio is always going to be first. Sorry. All right, just letting you know. Good, so you'll be happy with that. And then, you know, and the other sign that'll be next will be Cancer, because that's my rising sign. And then Leo. So I know Teresa will be happy with that because she's a Leo. Yeah, there's so many cameras. I'm surprised we don't have cameras in the bathroom. I mean, there may be cameras in the bathroom, but not by the government. You know, there may be other spies. Okay, Vaishnavi. But you have Scorpio in your chart, right? But I have 4 Scorpio placements. But in Vedic astrology, I will be a Libra. So then I will have 4 Libra placements. Sometimes I like, and some days I feel like a Libra because I'm like, I don't know what to do. For real? So in Vedic astrology, right, you're a Libra. So in tropical Western, you'll be a Scorpio, right? Yeah. But is he on the run though? Because isn't he with Russia? Like sometimes I think they hold him captive. But I haven't been keeping up with that Snowden stuff. I'm just reading through the. But we have cameras everywhere. Like here, there are cameras, but like one of the benches that had like a lot of like bushes right behind it, but they cleared it. But I'm like, it makes sense because it blocks the camera from seeing what's going on near the water. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I can't be too mad because anything can happen, you know. A lot of kids come through here. They like to play around here. And I mean kids in the sense of like teenagers. And sometimes the teenagers be doing some stupid ass shit, you know, around here. So, I mean, there's a river here. It's dangerous, so you need some sort of surveillance to, you know, catch things. Let me scroll down. You know what, Teresa? Me too. But the thing is, it's like certain things I do find out. Like I don't watch the news at all. My son, he's like, I don't know, he could be a politician. He could be a political analyst. He could do political science or whatever. But because the way he talks about politics, and then he's so smart. He's 21, but I'm like, I tell him, I'm like, why don't you have your own channel? People will listen to you. He speaks well. He speaks with authority. He sounds like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And he doesn't back down in an argument. So I'm like, my son, wow. I love that. And he's just like his father in that way. You know, very, like, my son, I think he has a Virgo moon. I have to check his chart again. But he's stoic, just like his father. I love that about him. I'm like so jealous because in my household, I'm the water sign. Because it's like their father is a Taurus. My older son is a Gemini. My younger son, he's Aries. And then I'm the Scorpio. So we have all the elements in the house. And I'm the crybaby. I'm the fucking crybaby. And I'm the only girl, you know. So I'm fulfilling my role as a feminine, emotional, hormonal. Yeah. But the thing is, like, is he really at risk though? Because everything, like, is Snowden really in danger? Like, especially with the Epstein stuff going on. I think there are other people that have to worry about their lives. I think he's Gucci. I think he's good right now. But like what Teresa was saying, I'm blissfully, like, I don't watch the news. My son, he keeps me up to date. Essentially, that's what I wanted to say. Went off on a tangent because of the way he watches the news, he listens to commentary, and then he has his own arguments and stuff. He's so interesting. I mean, like, sometimes there's a little, I'm like, okay, eyes start to glaze because I'm like, boring, you know? But I know there's horrible shit going on. But the thing is, and I'm not apathetic to it, you know? The thing is, isn't what Trump doing treason? Like, isn't the entire White House treason? Like, they should all, no, forget it. I'm not going to say that. I got to be careful what I say. Okay, SWAT team comes out of nowhere. Like, considering everything that's going on, that's not a, there's bigger fish to fry. That's Snowden. That happened how many years ago? Like maybe 10 years ago. Everything's all about this Epstein, Trump administration, all that stuff. That seems to be the focus now. Snowden, he might be fine. You know, maybe, I don't know. Exactly. So yeah. The thing is, like, we know bad things happen all the time. It's just like, it's like I say, it's the same shit, a different day, different players. And I know that sounds like, but the thing is, it's like we have to protect ourselves. Sometimes, like, the stuff that's being put in the news, like, yeah, like, definitely we need to know about all the wars and all the atrocities that people are experiencing now, you know, and definitely money should be put towards aid, actual aid for people in need, you know. Okay. I just had an idea. Because I was talking to my kid's father about, like, if I was to start, when I start making money, like, what would I do with that money? And we were like, oh, invest it and stuff. But like, you know, what if I put some of that money towards donating, you know, to donate, to give back. But, you know, what's hard, and I think a lot of us, regardless of where you are in the world, like here in New York, here in the US, we have people who are like suffering now here, but then we see people who are suffering in other countries. And it's like, who do we give to? That's the dilemma. Because we can see that there's a lack of resources here for the people within our own communities, but then there's a lack of resources for people internationally, you know? I feel like us as people, we need to invest where we are. I mean, I could give to charities that are international. I have. But there's stuff that needs to be done here in the US too. So it's, but then you see all these people who are wealthy, that have so much money, and they could make a big difference. But it's like, no, like they look at them, what's the next thing I could do to make more money? And then some of them, if they do come up with like charity, they open a charity or organization, a charitable organization. They do it because, like, are they doing it to help people or to avoid taxes, you know? Like, do a not-for-profit type of thing. Yeah, I agree with you. Hi, Tucci. Yeah, but you will never see that, especially when you have a bunch of billionaires running the country, you know? Hi, Albert. Oh, I'm not answering any questions. Sorry. See, that's the thing. Because we know people who are in need. And it's a risk too. Like, when I give where I feel like I feel called to give. Because I can't give to everybody and I can't give to everything, you know? We have to do what aligns with us, you know? Like right now, I'm sorry you're disappointed, Tucci, but I have to do what aligns with me. And that's not answering questions. But the thing about America, I would say, is that we can't judge America by our government. You know, we can only judge, we can to a certain extent because of who voted those people into office or into offices within our states, or even into the White House. But if we take all that stuff away, things will be good. I know that may seem a bit idealistic to think that is, but it wouldn't be like if there wasn't as much corruption as there is, and it's outright, like we see it, like you can't deny it. If it wasn't as much corruption as there is, and probably has always been, it seems like for now people are very confident and about it. They don't really, it's like before they would hide it, and now it's like, oh, everybody knows. Let me just keep doing me, not making necessary changes, you know? Yeah, exactly, shapeshift. That's exactly what I was thinking. As long as they make the rules, then that will never be illegal. Exactly, too. You know, like we could, like, as cheesy as it is, and in some ways we can do the best we can to try to help people, you know. But there's, like you said, there's only so much that we can do, especially when we have stuff that we have to deal with ourselves. We have our own personal burdens, and we can have empathy for other people for their burdens. But like I said, like I feel like we should give where we feel inclined to what aligns with us. If we feel like we have to give to our own community, then that's what we should do. If we feel called to give to an international organization that's helping provide aid to people suffering, like during these wars that are going on, then we should also do that. But that we should do what we feel is right for us, you know? And we shouldn't feel bad, you know? Because the fact that there's things that we can do, like maybe, but like there's only so much that we can do. It shouldn't only fall on the little people's shoulders, especially when you have people and companies and corporations that have so much money and they could do so much, but to them it's all about money. And in a way, we're expendable. You know, this is why we have to value each other, not value things. Well, it's funny because the only grandparent I really had was my grandmother, and she didn't really talk about politics, at least to me. I think she talked about that with my kid's father because they had a really good relationship. But the thing is like when you start to see things, you become aware that that's exactly what they're trying to do, make us dependent on them. And the thing is too, like, I don't want to go into the pandemic, all that stuff, but you know, I always had this like theory, and but I'm not an anti-vaxxer, just so you know, and I feel like people should do what they feel is right for them, you know. But when it comes to kids and how kids aren't the cleanest, and they do spread germs and stuff, you know. I don't know. But I feel like people should do what they feel is right for them, you know, culturally, religiously, but then you also have to take other people into account. This is where we get into tricky territory right now, you know, and I don't really like talking about. I feel like people should do what they feel is right for them, but you also have to consider how our actions still have an impact on other people too. Yeah. It's like but like some of us, well, a lot of people are. They're still blinded. They're still blind. It's just like something has to happen for them to get the rose-colored glasses off and then to see things how they truly are, you know. I remember standing in line for this is so silly. Mac had a collaboration with Selena, the singer, And I remember I never stood in line for anything, but I wanted to stand in line to get something from there. And then when I was thinking about it, I was like, wow, I ended up not getting anything I wanted. And I was like, wow, I wasted my fucking time. You know, and if you think about it, it's a waste of fucking time. Standing in line for frivolous things that we end up throwing away. Yep. That's what I was talking about earlier. About how we're conditioned by our families can condition us, school can condition us, religion and society. Or, you know, they all condition us in some way. Exactly. Not to think for yourself, not to be yourself. I wonder, has anybody read the Four Agreements? Because that book touches on that. How each of us, we have our own dreams. We're living in our own dream. And within our own dream, we were conditioned a certain way, to be a certain way. And it's a matter of us, like, it's kind of like we are under a spell and us having to break that spell to be who we like, who we're meant to be, rather than what we were trained or conditioned to be. So the Four Agreements talks about that. Yep. Yeah, they live like they live in their own little gilded bubble. Yeah, they live in a bubble. See. Shapeshifter, you say you're from India, you don't talk like somebody from India. I know they speak English in India, I know that much. Like over here, I see oh, I don't know if you're from India. When I heard somebody say, Earth sucks, Earth is like the ghetto, I'm like, no. You know what, think about it, Earth is beautiful. Us, we fucked up the Earth. And I mean, when I say us, I mean humans. Because look at this ant that's on my cards. Yeah, it's like it is the ghetto. And it's funny because I am from the ghetto. Oh, wow. Oh my God, I just thought I saw an eagle, but it was a seagull. That shit looked like an eagle to me because the way the wings were. That can't be an eagle. No, that doesn't look like that. Now I gotta Google eagle. That bird is big. That don't look like no freaking seagull. But seagulls can get big, right? Earth is so beautiful. Like being out here, the only thing that ruins it is people. People ruin it. With their noise, their talking. I like music, but sometimes their music, you know? Like I have my mic here and I'm getting close to the phone. You hear me? I can't check. Okay, let me see something. I'm gonna do something right now because I gotta check my work email since I'm still on. I gotta sign into my email. I wanted to Google eagle because that bird was like, the wings were huge. Yeah. Crap. I'm trying to log into my email. Oh, a peregrine. It could have been. I gotta Google an image, but I'm trying to log into my email. So I'm gonna have to end this live stream because my email is on this device that I use to do live streams. So I'm gonna have to end this live stream. I really appreciate you all for being here and for joining today. Just in case people trying to get on. Yeah, they're coming over here. So I thank you all so much for joining today and engaging with me and the interesting chat that we had about America. Oh, makes me think about that song for Childish Gambino, This Is America. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow at the usual place, the conference room. So I hope everyone takes care, and I see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, Teresa, Shapeshifter, Mick, Tucci, Teresa. Make sure okay, Albert. I'm going through the names right now. Aina, Vaishnavi, Vivisita. Who else showed up? Pedro, gracias. Dana, and Dana Keith. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye.